hello everyone, of course, time for Heaven in Delusion episode 10. Let me say one thing here first. I have some comments saying that the kid was the spider sword. I think that's clear. I'm an animal, of course, but to me, this episode is very, very clear what's happening in the storyline. Yeah, almost predictable, whatever. Clearly, the mom is a spider, right? The mom died, and talk about executed the mom. She then turned into a spider because the mom is likely one of the kids, right? From that we see currently, the laboratory, right? The mom is probably one of the new kids that we saw last episode, whatever. The mom is cleared from the laboratory, and then when she died, she became the spider, right? Because I guess all the monsters are actually humans or whatever, or these like hybrid humans or whatever, right? The kid had some eyes and so on. It's pretty clear the same thing, right? Yeah. But anyway, and then when her kid also had ice powers, right? So the kid isn't the spider. The kid has ice powers, just like the mom with ice powers, right? Because she's the Black Widow, right? So they're two different monsters with ice powers, right? One is the mother of the other one. I thought it was pretty clear, but some comments saying that, it's the same person or whatever. Like, no, the kid wasn't the spider. The kid didn't have them escape, right? No, the kid's mom died. She became the spider instead, and that's why, by doing that, she freed the men, right? Of course, on purpose, but that for me was pretty clear. And obviously, again, the mom is going to be from the laboratory, right, for the children, because they are all fake humans, right? But anyway, let's watch this episode. So 3, 2, 1, and go. But honestly, I think there was a little bit. I don't see how people are confused about that. They're clearly two different things. The spider and the mom. Yeah. Okay, so now they're playing with the new. At the laboratory, playing with the new. What was that? Bunch of kids or whatever. Yeah. And this is probably the two people that died, right, with the gun thing. I think so. This is pretty clear now, but are she even Bert? Oh yeah, okay, it's a Bert scene. Because she's the first one that's pregnant. But as you said, that the spider is clearly also probably the same thing, right? So. Yeah, you see face, she give birth or something. But the kid is gonna be the main character, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. That the kid is gonna be the main character, right? Looks almost exactly like them too. The same hair and so on, yeah. So, I mean, the reason he can heart kill the monster is because he's a monster himself, right? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's pretty obvious that he's also a monster, right? That's why he can kill the other monsters. But for whatever reason, he's not like a crazy monster turning into a crow or whatever, right? He's like a human monster, yeah, he's in a human form thing. But I guess it's comparable to the kid with the ice power, right? Yeah, the kid with the ice power also necessarily isn't evil, right? He was freezing them last episode, but the kid with the ice power might also just become like a good person that can control ice magic or whatever, right? So, yeah, think about it like that. I guess they're the same, right? I mean, yeah, probably. The kid isn't probably evil, right? Yeah, the kid. I don't think the kid was like purposely trying to kill them, right? It's just basically his power to, create ice that he can't control, probably. Is it Anyash? A little bit weird on her face. Oh yeah, I moved this table the other day. That's why. Let's move it a bit here. There we go. Nästa kan man inte tro. Yeah, I was moving around a little bit stuff earlier. Yeah, my throat is still bad since early this week. Here we go, opening over. So good in car, right? Yeah, they got the car this episode. And that was a cool scene though when he killed the guy. That was cool, yeah. I like the concept that he was like, why would you betray me? Well, I was a traitor because I was trying to escape. Yeah, I liked that he killed him. Was like, you tried to, betray us. This is correct. My nose hurts now. I said, yeah. Today it's more my nose instead of my throat hurting. to some extent. I love the animations episode. That was great, right? Yeah, the animation was really good in this episode. When they had clear another artist, clear another direction of how to make it more soft and so on. It looked a lot better this episode than the previous episode had that. This anime would definitely probably be more popular if it had that animation style that last episode had every episode. Absolutely. But okay, he's a baby. That's probably the main character, right? Yeah. Very likely is that the main character is a kid, right? I think still doesn't know why they're doing this though. Yeah, like I think all of this is building up to him being born or whatever, right? And these, you know, the laboratory people having sex or whatever. Yeah, they're all fucking and so on. Yeah, basically, right? But we still don't really know why these people are building these hybrid alien humans or whatever. That's probably what I care about the most, I guess, now then. Like, why are they doing this dystopian laboratory beings or whatever, right? Hasn't really been explored. We did learn that there basically was a company, or it's more like a VOA or an AGO. We did learn that they're basically I guess like a UN or something, some kind of organization of countries or something. I guess. Yeah, I mean with all these pregnant robots or whatever. The lady, she's just crazy, yeah. She's there, oh yeah, it's for the world, like whatever. She seems like an old hag that's going cray-cray. I don't know, man. She seems to just lost it. Yeah, and they've got the classic heavenly Izanagi, yeah, this classic Japanese heaven, you know. The father or mother of Japan and so on, yeah. So he said, I'm not some old lady, but it doesn't feel like it does feel like we don't have any explanation why she's the leader or whatever. And now she's dying directly or something, heart attack, something like that. Oh yeah, that's what the pizza I guess. But honestly, I think there is a big lack in the storyline. Like, why is she the leader for? She's not a very likable character, nor she's a cool character. She's just a crazy hag that leads the thing. I don't know. I don't really feel like I care about this character at all so far, right? I don't think the anime has made me care about the science people whatsoever. And she's also not intimidating either. No, she's not like scary. She's kind of like a Bondru character, right? But Bondru is way more evil, so she's kind of like, oh, she's a crazy scientist lady, but she doesn't really have an impact. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't think she's very like, you know, she's not like scary. She's not very intimidating. Doesn't feel like she's good at the job either. I don't know. It's just weird. Yeah, and she's Dara. She's screaming at him. Yeah, she's like. She's mocking him. Okay, that's kind of funny now she's mocking him though. You're a god, yeah. Okay, it's kind of funny now she's mocking him, but I don't know. This is the least built up part of the whole storyline. The science people, yeah. These people have so little build up. Their motivation, their characterization. But I guess this is the first time we characterize them spot. But yeah, but their motivation is really lacking. But it's kind of funny mocking him though. She's a sassy old lady, I guess, yeah. But okay. Sassy old lady mocks him for 10 minutes. It has to be the woman that was earlier, right? Yeah, exactly. So now it's gonna be her. But that didn't like do anything for the storyline. This is what I mean with the anime. I think the anime is very weirdly written because that was just, okay, the old lady mocked him for like 5 minutes. But they didn't tell us anything about the actual storyline. Like, oh, we're doing this thing because we're guys or whatever. It was like a little bit philosophy, but not really. This anime is very, I feel, superficial, right? Yeah, that didn't add anything. That didn't add any shit at all. That didn't like give us any actual explanation why they're doing it. They were just those two fighting again. But the anime has completely failed, I think, to present the sides of this thing, right? He has one side, she has one side, right? How we should do with these like alien kids or whatever. But the anime has yet not explained anything why this is even happening. So the two different sides on the debate are so, for us, not really relevant, right? And I keep feeling the anime, every episode is like, whether they're finally gonna reveal enough information so it actually makes sense what they're even arguing about. So I think it's kind of poorly written in a sense, because you have two sides, right? It's kind of like, imagine a 30-year-old war in Europe, right? The League Wars, right? The League was two religions. But if I never tell you that they're fighting about a religion, I'm just like, oh, there was this 30-year war in Europe, very famously, these two sides were fighting, these 10 countries, the 20 countries, and they were fighting, and they was fighting and so on. Yeah, but why? If you never tell me why, or like who's right, who's wrong, or whatever, or here's the sides, you know, here's their perspective or whatever. Like, why are they fighting for, at least? Just tell me, like, why the reason they're fighting. No, it's like a really weird way to explain it, right? Like, you have to actually give us a little bit of a more flesh to it, so I actually know why they're even arguing to begin with, right? They're always arguing about the babies, obviously, but I mean, like, why is it important for them? Why is it different for them? The anime relies way too much, right, on not really mystery, but more so use like not explaining stuff. And that is not the most animes where you can look at it 10 times and figure it out, because no, they just never told us that stuff. So you have to just watch more episodes, right? Some core stuff you can figure out, obviously, but like again, like for example, the people that died, they are clearly those two cats. But it hasn't been said, but it's very clear. So you can figure some stuff out, but some other stuff the anime has to actually, like, you know, make clear, so we actually know what they're even fighting about. But anyway, oh, is his Zoro back? Yeah, it's Zoro. He's back, baby. Definitely Zoro. Yeah, before the eye catcher, then it's Zoro. Definitely. And now we're at... Yeah, she got like animal ears, right? Yeah, I know, we saw the other two. Okay, the guy is playing like an accord? What's it called now again? Oma? She might be the mom of that. Yeah. Maybe she's the mom of the ice kid or whatever. Are they all mean to her? Because she's blind or something? She got like... She's playing her music, no one likes it maybe? Okay, she's trying to be nice to her. All the kids look really evil this episode. They all look like complete psychopaths. She's probably blind or something, because her eyes are like... Exactly, she's like blue. Oh, she can control it for some reason? Oh wait, it is all tentacles? What the hell? It turned into... Why is the kid summoning hentai? Yeah, what? The kid has the power to... Or maybe this was she's dead later then. What? This anime is so weird. Suddenly these kids like... And why is it would even be like all these drills and tentacles inside the buildings for? Yeah, but that's clearly why she's injured later, right? This is obviously the girl injured later. But why would that kid even have that stuff? Okay, not only can that kid for some reason control the mechanics, why would the walls have like tentacles in them for? This anime is so goddamn stupid! I mean, that still was brutal, but it didn't make any sense. It was like a mental thing, I guess. Oh, she's a spider, yeah. No, she's a spider, okay, that makes more sense. She's a spider, of course. She's the spider lady, yes, with the mental powers. That makes sense. Now it makes sense. Yeah, like this girl got hair. I mean, obviously she's the spider lady. I mean, it's so clear that these people are the one turning into the monster eating humans. Yeah, it's so clear. She's the one, she's the ant spider thing. Whatever it was. Yeah, not the insect. Yeah, she's like the one that, you know, made the main cat think she was getting eaten, right? Yeah. Clearly it's the same powers. But that actually made more sense that she got the illusion man with her eyes. That actually made more sense, because that the walls would suddenly have like tentacles. Why do the walls have tentacles? Yeah, it's like I think on Titan, but instead of being, you know, Titans, spoilers here, instead of being tight inside the wall, it's tentacles. Yeah, it's a bunch of like hentai monsters. Like why man? It is like a hentai versus like a Titan for. But no, but that made more. It actually, yeah, it makes more sense that she can control people's mind or whatever, right? Than that she. Yeah, so she's obviously the spider ant thing, whatever it was. Yeah, something like that. Some kind of, probably, yeah, the ant queen, maybe? Let's call her the ant queen. Yeah, she's the ant queen, right? But now the storyline seems very clear on that part, right? I would say so. I think the storyline is very clear on that part now, that But clearly, like, these different kids are the different monsters to fight. Like the monster that can hide herself and the monster that, ice power and so on. Yeah, that's very, very clear now. So what's more important now is to understand why it's happening, right? Yeah. But we also did flash the hospital when she's injured without any body parts, so... for some reason. Yeah, now she's like, oh, I'm still in the illusion. Yeah, and here comes the Ant Queen, so... Exactly, here is the Ant Queen herself. Yeah. I mean, obviously that kid is the Ant Queen. I mean, now it's like... Now it's confirmed when the Ant Queen even appears here. I just keep calling her Ant Queen, but yeah. I mean, now it's like... The confirmation here. But seemingly then the new batch of kids are worse, right? Yeah, it does feel like the latest, what they call them, generation 5 or 4, something like that, right? They have more than one generation of steps, right? The generation 1 had the one that turned into an angel and so on, right? Yeah. It seems like generation... But what? Is she trying to hurt her? Like she was standing outside? Or maybe she just can't control it, yeah. Maybe she's like Cyclops. You take off your glasses and she gives people nightmares. But it does feel like all the later kids, the later generation, are the worst ones. They are probably mostly the fish monsters, so on, probably them, right? Yeah, he's back. Tentacle Wall is back! Man, why is this girl's for tentacles for? I don't know, why is some tentacles for? It's so hentai, man! Why is her power to summon tentacle hentai for? I don't know, why is this just like... Yeah, she can summon... But she got that weird, yeah, I said earlier, she got the weird, Yeah, Daishobu! That was nice, yeah. She got that weird animal ears, right? So she's some kind of Soan or something, yeah, she can summon her eye. But yeah, it is no wonder that girl has no friends, because she gives them like nightmares, yeah. It's a character in Marvel has the same powers. His name is like Nightmare, something like that. But he got fired. He basically killed someone on accident. Yeah, it's like a classic Avengers He gave people like nightmares that one of them had gone crazy, and he couldn't control it. Basically, he's a hero, but he made another hero go insane, but he didn't want to. I don't want to spoil too much here, but it's like it basically has power where it's like I can't control it, so and I want to hit with it to get like they go cray. So then the hero kills another hero or something like that because they go crazy. Yeah. Try not to spoil it, but basically the same power, more or less. Yeah, he can like transform into your worst nightmare. But anything, I mean, we see the power in many other animes too, right? Nightmare fuel powers, yeah. But that power in Marvel is almost exactly like her, that he can't control. He's like Borvid, he can't control it. Like he's straight up. It's like no one likes me because I keep giving them nightmares, right? Anyway, now we're at the, I guess like the server place where they have the facilities servers, I guess. Yeah, they're like. Okay, back to the god painting. It's our chance. She's not here. It does feel like it's a kind of revolt. I guess that might be what everyone dies or whatever. These two are clearly trying to take over the seat from the director lady. And maybe that's for causing everything to collapse. Because they have like a coup going on here. Yeah, I feel they are like planning some kind of, hostile takeover or whatever. That might be what's leading into maybe the collapse of the facility. That leads into the children going outside and killing everyone. Yeah. I mean, for some reason, obviously all these people here will go outside, right? Turn into monsters and kill all the humans, right, basically. When it become menace. Yeah. But like I said, it does feel like the later generation, the younger they are, the worse they are, right? Basically. Yeah, like every generation, I guess, get more and weirder powers and less control over them. Here's the bath now. Yet another thirsty scene, I guess. And they also get them thirsty, man, these characters. Yeah. Now they're obviously best friends, these two. Now she's back now. She got her baby. Yeah, she got pregnant. I mean, she gave birth now, but yeah. Oh yeah, the frog girl is there, of course. Yeah, the girl. There is like Sushan. These ladies haven't had much kid at all. We saw one of them earlier, but they haven't had much. I don't know what they are. No, it's like 2 meals walk by, but I don't know. They're like we saw one of them earlier. Definitely, she was on the running earlier, but I don't know what they do. Facility. Okay. It's like a family photo, I guess. I feel it's like the perfect photo here now. This feels ominous. Then all together like this, standing all together like this in formation. They all might get killed. I feel this is gonna go bad now, man. When this thing is like everyone stand here and don't move. It's like okay. Yeah, this seems kind of weird now. Yeah. Well, one of them has ice powers, so she might freeze the pool or something. Yeah, it's a weird test now. But seriously, wouldn't that be fitting, right? If one of them makes the pool freeze now, that wouldn't surprise me now. Like one of the girls jumps into the pool and the pool touches the ice and people die or whatever. That would be fitting. You know, she's the mom of the ice baby kind of thing, right? See if I'm right there. Given the powers we know, I think that would be fitting. But we're obviously gonna see everyone. The fish is also a character, I guess, could appear. Yeah. Maybe the fish girl will appear or something. It does feel like all the monsters we have seen are gonna show their powers here, right, eventually. Like the invincible girl as well, then, right? Someone's gonna be... obviously the one that ate the main character's body, right? It's gonna also be a person they can hide there. They can cloak themselves, right? You know, with the race. And someone's gonna be the crow, I guess. Yeah. Someone's gonna have the animal. We see they go with the frog powers, right? But so I guess someone's gonna be a crow. Is there twins? Maybe more of them. Maybe it's more than 2. There's like 6, 7 places, right? So I was just playing. What's it called now again? Solitary, the most boring game ever, basically. Yeah, we used sorted cards. I mean, I played as a kid too, Solitary. I mean, but it feels like a really boring thing, right? We just push the cards. We just move the cards. But it's at least more than one kid. But I can see it being many kids, given how we've seen them have like several beds, right? And that pregnant robot is back, giving birth to more, I guess, maybe? It does sound like the pregnant robot is giving another generation birth. They probably got even worse powers. That's the episode, I guess. Well, there might be some after-ending credits. Let's just jump to that to see so I don't miss anything. It happened in another episode. Let's see here. I jumped the ending now, then, right? So let's see. Turn off the timer then. Time's not correct anymore. Nah. It's just the old lady being sassy. But yeah, let's review it. Sorry, my throat has been bad for a few days. This episode didn't explain much, I feel. Or episode again. But it didn't add anything new. This is why I think the anime is really weird. And I stand by saying I think the anime is very well... It's not very well written because... This episode felt predictable, right? Like everything we're seeing is happening. So for example, okay, the girl is crying. Oh, she's clearly the ant queen, right? I mean, obviously. So immediately, as soon as she kind of like woke up, so, oh yeah, it was an illusion. Okay, so of course it goes back to what we saw earlier, and it makes sense that it makes more sense that it was illusion magic than tentacles inside the wall. Yeah, so I'm not saying that is bad. I'm not saying that's bad. But the problem is that after that it's established, and I do like she kind of dispelled it. She was like, oh, let's be friends. Okay, that was nice. However, then now I know that, right? And then I feel the anime is spending too much time on this thing. So what I mean is that it was already obvious last episode, or even before that, right? That obviously these kids are some of the monsters, and that the mom, like I said in the beginning of the video, that the ice spider is one of the kids, it's obvious, right? We haven't been confirmed who it is yet, but it's very, very obvious, right? And now that we confirm who is the ant queen, right? Okay. But do we then need to spend another 10 minutes on looking at all the kids to figure out who's what monster? I don't know if I think that's that relevant. You know what I mean? Do I need to know that, oh, that's the girl that has, like, the invisible powers? It might be relevant later if they're gonna fight or whatever. But the storyline, you know, is told on two different timelines, right? Obviously, in the laboratories in the past, and what matters for the main story is what's happening in the present time, right? You know, with Genderbender and outside in the world, right? Fighting the monsters, right? Is it that relevant knowing if it's the brown-haired kid or the blonde kid that is the invincible person? Is that relevant? Maybe it is. But honestly, it doesn't feel relevant knowing who is, you know, this person, right? It is relevant knowing that the kids are, in fact, the monsters, even though it's so obvious. But so like revealing that she is the ant queen, as they call her, that makes sense, right? I'm not against that, that's good. But, you know what I mean? But then we spend 10 more minutes basically trying to hint who is what or whatever, right? And I don't feel that adds anything to the storyline, really, right? Because in the end, it didn't even explain who was what anyway. It's just hinting. It's just a bunch of different hints. Who is what? Yeah, it was like 10 minutes of hinting who is every monster, not saying anything concrete, and then the episode ends, basically. Nothing really happening after. Nothing happened really after the ant was shown up, right? And in the beginning, we see, you know, as I said earlier, I think the anime really struggles in the sense that we see the old lady fighting, right? And they have this like debate. But because the anime is so incredibly, how to say, like it doesn't really explain anything, right? At all. What they're debating is just so it's nonsense. Like I said earlier, it's like if I explain to you it's a war between two countries, but I don't tell you what they're fighting about, right? It just doesn't make much sense. You can say, okay, it's a fight, but what is it about? Is it about religion? Is it about resources? Is it about both? Is it because it's like a split? Is Eastern and Western Rome, you know, with the two different suns or whatever? Like, what is happening, you know? If I just say, oh, it's this thing that's happening, but I don't give you any context of what in combat is happening, and then you have two people debating who is right, who is wrong, it's so incredibly, like, okay, but how would I know who's right or wrong if I still don't know the actual context to the debate, right? So, most of the debate with the old lady, I think almost every scene with the old lady is really weird because they don't give much context to you know, the actual reason we have the lab, right? I keep saying that, but I think the animation would be much better if you had given me way more reason to care about the scientist people, right? Why do this for? We see these two ladies fucking buy the kids, and they're like, oh yeah, this is going good. Like, but who are these ladies? One of them was kind of fat, she was like a foreigner last episode or so. So is she like from USA or something, from whatever, from Europe? Hinting to that. How is that relevant? You know, it's just too much up in the clouds. I know people say that, oh, you have to go and watch the full anime. Yeah, but again, what? I have to watch 10 more episodes and then go back and then it's going to be amazing. It is not amazing, guys. It's not amazing. I think the anime is pretty balanced because you have to actually watch the whole anime, you know, so then actually enjoy it, right? You have to actually watch all the episodes. Maybe not even in the anime, because the anime is ending soon, so you actually have to read the manga, then rewatch it? No, why would I, you know, that is not good storytelling. It's giving way too much, the anime is way too much in that, you know, mystery. It's too much non-contextual mystery that makes most scenes have no sense. And a lot of people say, oh, but you have to figure out, no, what you can figure out yourself, like for example, that the girl is the ant queen, and that the spider Black Widow is not a kid with ice powers. That stuff you can figure out, and it's easy to figure out. So either it's very easy to figure out. Obviously he's the kid and so on, and obviously the main character is the son and so on. Yeah. So either it's like really easy to figure it out, or who died, that was not so okay. You know what I mean? Either it's very easy, it's very predictable, or it's incredibly contextual, lack of context. So it's managed to both be very predictable and also incredibly lacking of context on the same time, which one is about keep watching the anime, because I haven't seen an anime before like this, where because I've seen other animes, right, where they're completely hard to predict, right, and that's always better, where it's like, I can't predict anything, I'm just like, this anime is crazy, nothing makes any sense, that's better, right, when I'm just like, okay, everything is just random, it's impossible to figure out what's happening. But this anime is that managed to both be incredibly predictable in certain topics. It's so obvious who is the son, who died here, who's that monster. With matters, it's incredibly predictable. But at the same time, the discussion and the debate the characters are having is so lacking context that it's just like, okay, I don't know who to pick the side on. It's really, it's boring, honestly. You're just like, okay, they're arguing. And then, yeah, you can go back and watch it, 10 episodes later, you can go back and watch it. And, I know I had a context to it. Yeah, but that's not good writing. It's just really weird. And I'm amazed that, again, it managed to both be predictable as crazy predictable and also incredibly lacking context. Some, 50% insanely predictable, 50% completely random. And it's not a good match at all. I prefer if it's only randomly better, or a normal storyline where it's actually told in a normal order, right? So it is a very weird experience, anime, but not necessarily a good experience. Anyway, guys, subscribe, slap it, and have a great day.